Hello, good and wonderful people. You are welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, depending on where you are watching from. So, it is another brand new week, and I'm here with another brand new video. Okay, so this is an open letter from Femi Fani-Kayode to President Muhammadu Buhari. When I read this article, this article really touched my heart when I read it, and I'm just going to take my time. It's a very long article, but I'm just going to take my time to break it down for you all. But please, if you're just watching for the first time or you have been watching without subscribing, please kindly hit on the red subscribe button down below to subscribe. Also on the notification button. In that way, anytime I upload a new video, they will notify you. And I pray that the same way you all are supporting me here in this channel, God will definitely send people that will support you in whatever you are doing in life, in Jesus' name. Amen. And this news here reads, Femi Fani-Kayode has written a lengthy letter to President Muhammadu Buhari following the recent tension in the country as regard to the video the leader of Boko Haram released recently. You will forgive me because this is a long letter and I am fully aware that your attention span or ability to retain too much information in one fell swoop may not be as good as it used to be. Mr. President, many believe that you cannot read, and those that believe that you can claim that you cannot go beyond 3 lines. They said aside of that, you can only comprehend cartoons. I do not share either views. I know you well enough to concede that when you consider a literary submission of sufficient importance, you have the presence of mind, discipline, health, intelligence, and ability to read through it very slowly and very carefully, weighing up every word. And that is precisely as it should be. The first open letter that I wrote to you was in December 2015, and the following serves as the second. You will forgive me because this is a long letter and I am fully aware that your attention span or ability to retain too much information in one fell swoop may not be as it used to be. Nevertheless, I urge you to do your best to muster the courage, energy, and intellectual stamina to stay the course and to find the time out of busy schedule to read it from beginning to end. I have written it because our nation is entering into dangerous and precarious waters, and I sense that something will give very soon. I am therefore constrained to use this medium to bring my observation to your attention. Be rest assured that I speak out of nothing but love and concern for the welfare of Nigerian people, and it is not my intention to insult you or undermine and disrespect your office, but rather to shine the light of truth on all your activities with a view to assisting and encouraging you to change your ways. You will agree with me that no matter how bitter it may be that the truth must be told, this is a sacred obligation on our part as leaders and a matter of duty and honor. I owe you, the Nigerian people and posterity, that much, and I have little doubt that no matter how badly you may feel after reading it, history will vindicate me and prove me right, and one day you will acknowledge and recognize the profundity, wisdom, and foresight in my constant and consistent criticism, admonishes, and counsel. Aside of that, it is my earnest prayer that God of heaven, whose I am and whom I serve, will judge between you and I. Your Excellency, kindly note and consider the following. You released hundreds of Boko Haram fighters from prison, claiming that they are reformed, and a few days later, 30 of your citizens are blown up by the same Boko Haram in Borno State. Worse, still on that same day, 16 members of the same family and 4 others were headed into a room and burnt alive by Fulani militants in Kaduna State. After this terrible event, instead of rushing back home to stand with your people, you stayed in Addis Ababa, lamenting and crying about the security situation in Libya, and you sent your vice to a funeral in Nairobi. Such insensitivity, even by your own standard, is rarely seen. It took you 3 long days to finally see fit to leave your foreign friends, leave Addis Ababa, and fly directly to Maiduguri to express condolence to the governor and people of Borno. Even then, you could not muster the courage to go to the town of Awono where the bombing took place, but only to Maiduguri, the capital of the state. Understanding that you were received with booze, cheese, and shout of Bamaso, meaning we don't want, by the crowd that lined the street, and this was an eloquent testimony to the fact that the entire nation, including the North that you claim to represent and to be a champion of, is fed up with you and can no longer bear your incompetence and inability to run affairs of our nation. Worse still, hours after your condolence visit, Boko Haram attacked Maiduguri itself, hitting one of its suburbs called Jidari Polo. Their leader, a cowardly creature that can be best described as a psychopathic, delusional, sociopathic, mentally deranged, murderous, bloodthirsty, bloodlusting, and unconscionable monster by the name Abubakar Shekau even had the nerve to send you a public warning in a recorded message that was released to the public after you left, in which he arrogantly and boastfully declared that you must never come back to Borno again or you would be attacked, and that you should fear and serve God and not cows. He added the following: Buhari think he is a general, but God says he is nothing. He hasn't achieved anything in the sight of God. Buhari is deceiving the people and playing to the gallery. Mr. President, he has sent this message to you and to Nigeria, and we have heard him loud and clear. Yet, most disturbing was not his sheer effrontery, but the fact that the only thing that you had to offer the leaders and the people of Borno State when you got there was a lame and self-debasing question, which was, I wonder how Boko Haram still survives. You went further by blaming them for not taking care of local security, forgetting that it's meant to be your job and not theirs. In your so-called condolence visit, you refused to take responsibility for your own inaction and failure, and instead you sought to pass the buck to the very victims of terror that you claim to have come to mourn. You refused to inspire and encourage them, and instead you accused them of, at best, irresponsible behavior, at worst, collusion with the enemy. This is not just a case of rubbing salt in their wound, but it is more like blowing them up and killing them all over again. Worse still, as you spoke, your Minister of Defense, who sat just a few feet away from you, fell fast asleep. Mr. President, I really do wonder whether you have any feelings or compassion at all. Has the milk of human kindness stopped flowing through your vein? Do you know that young students, women, infants, and babies were amongst those that were blown up in our atrocity? Yes, you issued a statement immediately, but you did not show up till 3 days later, and your vice, which was in the country the day it happened, never showed up at all, but instead jetted out to President Arab Moi's burial in Nairobi. Kindly tell me what the Nigerian people have done to deserve this level of contempt, or is it more to it than meets the eye? Forgive me, Mr. President, but I am constrained to ask, why do you love terrorism, bloodshed, and violence so much? Why do you find it so easy to forgive terrorists that are slaughtering your own people? Are you feeding your spiritual foundation and getting your power from the spilling of innocent blood? Meanwhile, your own chief of army staff has told us today that we have defeated insurgency, but we are facing the challenge of terrorism. There is nowhere you will not find Boko Haram, even in Lagos here. there are Boko Haram. In Kaduna, there are Boko Haram. There are more across the northeast. Many have been arrested there in Lagos. We have been tracking them. We arrest them and take them into custody. I commend the Chief of Army Staff for his submission of failure, but what he didn't add was that after taking them into custody, you ordered him to release them, even draft some of them into the Nigerian army on the spurious grounds that they have repented and they have been reformed. Again, the truth is that neither you or him defeated insurgency or anything else. Instead, you encouraged and supported it. Both of you have failed the Nigerian people, just as I predicted that you would. And if you had any decency or honor, you both would resign. Aside that, it takes a very mean, callous, wicked and cruel president and commander-in-chief to release 1,400 terrorists who have murdered, butchered, slaughtered, tortured and maimed his soldiers and terrorized his people over the last 5 years. Mr. President, I am constrained to tell you that some believe that you are a sadist. They believe that your heart is as hard as stone and your soul is as black as night. Relevant and instructive are the words of Mr. Charles Obus, a brilliant writer and essayist who have constantly proved that he is not only insightful but also deeply profound. 3 days after the Awano bombing, he wrote the following: "Those who are seeking for the sack of service chief as a solution to the upsurge in the Boko Haram terrorism are missing the point. Nigeria is not currently being overrun by terrorists because we have a set of incompetent service chief or soldiers who cannot fight the terrorists. Not at all. The only reason the Boko Haram's terrorists are having a field day is because we have a president and a commander-in-chief who shares the same ideology as the terrorists and as a result prefers pandering to them as opposed to fighting them." In fact, a betting man would bet that the only difference between the Boko Haram terrorists killing, maiming, and beheading Nigerians in the northeast and our president and commander-in-chief is in their name and location. One is named Boko Haram and operates from the bush, while the other is named Muhammadu Buhari and operates from Asorok. If we are to remove the cloak of fear of detention by state oppressive forces, we would all admit they are both pursuing the same goal and doing a very good job of it. You that is reading this, you know this is exactly what is happening. Even you may not want to publicly say it for whatsoever reason. Who rehabilitates and releases captured terrorists back into the wild at a time the terrorists are still visiting death and destruction on his country. Even America, with our sophisticated military, doesn't release arrested terrorists in the heat of the war because the chances of these terrorists going back into the wild to continue killing are very high. Mr. President, forgive me for saying so, but the verdict is out and Mr. Obus has made a very valid point. This cause for much soul searching on your part. I urge you to bear in mind that trading in the blood of your own people and indulging in all manner of barbarity, suppression of dissent, persecution of your perceived enemies, and evil comes with a heavy price. Every tyrant, no matter how powerful and highly placed, will eventually account to God and the people for his brutality and wickedness. Yours will be no difference. Okay, lovelies, and this is basically it for you all. This is a very long letter. I never thought it would take us time like this, and we've consumed 14 minutes already. And if I want to finish it now, it will still take me up to like more 6 to 7 minutes again to finish it. The thing is a very long letter. I wonder how President Muhammadu Buhari is will read this letter. No wonder he apologized before writing the letter. So I'm stopping this one here. If you all still want me to finish it, just let me know on the comment section. If I get like up to 10 comments asking me to finish the letter, then I will finish it for you all. And I must confess that this is the best piece I've read, the best article I've read from Femi Fani-Kayode. Hopefully the person this letter is written to, which is President Muhammadu Buhari, will read it and have some atom of shame, because this, let me not talk too much in this video. I'm just going to leave you all to share your own thoughts with me on the comment section, because the video has already consumed more time. So I'm just going to let you all share your own thoughts with me on the comment section. And please, I'm just going to beg you, help me to share this video. We need more people like this. So many people are afraid to speak, just like Femi Fani-Kayode stated down here. But at least when they see people with this kind of boldness, a lot of people will be motivated to speak out. I'm talking today because I saw a lot of people who had the courage to speak, and they motivated me to speak. That's why I'm making this video. So a lot of people, we still need more people to come out like this, you understand? And this is basically it for you all. Please and please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already, and I will definitely see you all in my next video. Remain blessed until I come your way next time. Yes, and my giveaway is still available. I made a mistake with the date, but the date is 29th of February, because I forgot that February is actually 29th. So I said on that video 30th, so it's on the 29th of February, which is ending of the month, and the winner will be announced. So the description, the instruction on how to win the giveaway will be on my description box. And this is basically it for you all. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.